All right, everybody, let's get started. And we are playing game 3 of our Mel Stottlemyre Memorial, remembering Mel Stottlemyre, who passed, I believe, on the 13th. So, RIP Mel, somebody who I remember, living in New York, and he was a pitching coach for both the Mets and the Yankees. So, in my mind, he's embedded in baseball lore, if you will, my experience in baseball, and a legend. And he has a tremendous career. We picked 1969, one of the seasons, in which he was outstanding, 20 wins. We are in the 7th inning here at Yankee Stadium. It's the Senators against the Yankees. Mel's pitching a one-hitter, so we're joining the action with a one-hitter. And it's going to be Stroud, Howard, and Epstein, the Super Jew, first baseman for the Senators, who goes on to play with the Oakland A's in their big World Series games. And let's get started. Let me take a sip of water. We're using the ballpark effects. I mean, Strat is an amazing system in place, powerful. It's got all the big key critical aspects of baseball covered in a fairly simple way. So it's really a system that you have to, it gets honorable mention for sure. Minimal chart use. Sometimes it is a little bit chart heavy. It can be there if you start rolling a few times, and if you use a little bit. Right now I'm in advanced. If you use basic, there's barely no charts. Use advanced, a little bit more charts. And if you use super advanced, which most of my colleagues use, it's a little bit extra. I'm not there at super advanced. But anyway, let's get started. All right. So it's Ed Stroud. He's a left-handed batter. He is playing left field, and that's a 4. So that's off the pitcher. He's a lefty, so it's a 4-4, and that's going to be what they call a ballpark single. A ballpark single is a 16, and if you look at Yankee Stadium on a lefty, it's a 1-5. 1-5 single. If it were a home run, which is like a full diamond, i.e., a full diamond, then there would be a 1-13, but it's only a 1-5 right now, and we rolled a 16, so that's going to be a line drive to the second baseman. So it's L4. L4, and then we're going to go to Howard. Elston Howard, or I'm sorry, Frank Howard, excuse me, 296, 17, 2, and 48 home runs in 69. So he had an MVP style year with 111 RBIs. So he is someone to fear, but down 8-0 with nobody on. Not a big danger for Stottlemyre. So it's a 1-10. A 1-10 is a ballpark potential home run. He's a right-hander. Not an advantage in Yankee Stadium, as you can see there. It's a 1-2. Oh, and it's a 16. That's going to probably be an out, a fly ball to left. F7, so that's out number 2. And next is the Super Jew, Mike Epstein. The pitch from Stottlemyre, it's a 4. He's a lefty. It's a 4-7, and that's a ground ball to the second baseman. And at second base is Clark, and he flips it to Pepitone, so it's 4-3, and that's out number 3. Go to the bottom of the 7th now. Bottom of the seventh for the, we're gonna have a new pitcher. Oh, you know what? We have Higgins. No, we're not gonna have a new pitcher just yet, but Higgins is already in his danger zone, if you will, where that bullet becomes a hit. So, for example, Jamie has no bullets, so he won't get a hit. But if you are or on the actual pitcher, there's a bullet on 7, so that becomes a single, an 8. So there you go. Against a lefty, an 11 in the 4, a 7 in the 5 would become a hit. So because Higgins right now is in the danger zone, if you will. He's gone his 3 innings, 1, 2, 3. He's in his 4th inning of relief because Pasquale was driven out of the game early. He gave up 7 or 8 walks. Let me double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 walks. And that's basically, he gave up 8 walks, but only 1, 2, 3 hits, 2 of which were home runs. Yep. So 3 hits, 2 of which were home runs, but 8 walks. So he was driven from the game. Absolutely no control. And it's Higgins pitching to Hall, Jimmy Hall, I-E rather than Y. And that's off Higgins, a 6-9. And that's a N batting lefty. He's a W, so there's no home run there. That'll become a single. And we rolled a 20, and that's going to be a double. A double for Jimmy Hall. So Jimmy Hall is the second with a double. 6-9, we rolled a 20. And next is going to be Tommy Tresh. Tommy Tresh is 0 for 2. And that's a 6. Tresh is a switch hitter. He's batting from the left side against the righty Higgins. So that's a 6-5, and that's based on balls. So runners on first and second for the Yanks here. They're winning 8-0. Mel Stottlemyre Memorial passed on the 13th, I believe it was, of this month, just a week ago. And it's going to be Gibbs, Jake Gibbs. And that's a 3-6. A 3-6 is a pop-up to the right side. That's the second baseman, Cullen, for out number 1. And Stottlemyre is going to bunt. So we're going to bunt with Stottlemyre. And Stottlemyre is a B bunter. And that's a 6. So a B bunter 6 is batter is thrown out by third baseman. So it's a 5-4 sacrifice. Both runners move up, second and third now. And it's Clark, the Yankees second baseman, who's homered in this game, singled and homered, walked, and then flied out. Horace Clark, he's a switch hitter, but he's batting from the left side. 2 outs, runners on second and third. It's 8-0 Yanks lead here in the bottom of the 7th. We're using Stratomatic Advanced, and that's a 5-3, and that's a ground ball pitcher X. Higgins is a 4 fielder, and that's a 1. So he's a 4 fielder and a 1. And that's going to be we rolled a what? A 1. It's going to be a ground ball comebacker. Wait a second. It's going to be a single. Bases loaded. It's a 4. So it was second and third. So 1 run will score. And the runner at second, Tresh, goes to third. First and third now. And it's Kenny. Kenny's 1 for 3. He's doubled and scored twice. The pitch from Higgins, it's a 2-10, and that's a ground ball, hit hard, but right at Ken McMullen, a bullet to first base for out number 3. Yanks pick up 1 run on 2 hits, and they leave 2. And at the end of 7 complete, it's the Yankees 9 and the Senators nothing. Stottlemyre is going to face Ken McMullen leading it off, Cullen, and then Brinkman. Brinkman has the only hit against Stottlemyre today. Say 2-6. A 2-6 is a fly ball lifted to left. Left fielder Roy White is there, puts it away. 1 out. Pitch from Mel, it's a 4-7 to a righty, a 4-7. Hard hit ground ball right at the shortstop Tresh up with it. Over to first, out number 2. Ed Brinkman, the only hit today, he's got a double in the 3rd inning. It's a 5-10. A 5-10, that's a ground ball. Third baseman, third base for the Yanks is Mercer, who's a 4 E65, but that's an 18. So that is an 18 at third base, even if it's a 4. It's a ground ball, and Mercer handles it over to first for out number 3. Go to the bottom of the 8th now. And this is the 5th inning for Higgins. Actually, we have Cox. We're going to bring in Cox. And the way I do it, this is from, I didn't fill this in for my previous pitcher, but this is how I do it. It allows me to quickly see who was pitching. So Higgins was red, and blue is going to be, Cox is going to be blue. Mercer, White, and Pepitone against Casey Cox. Casey Cox was 12-7, 13 starts. But he's a starter and a reliever, and he actually pitched in, I think, a couple of games before this as in relief. And he's going to be pitching today in this game. All right, so it's Bobby Mercer. Mercer hit a home run earlier on, so he has 2 RBIs, 2-run shot. And then he has a walk, so he's 1 for 3 on the day. Let's say 1-11 against a righty. 1-11 is a line out to the second baseman. Bottom of the 8th, it's 9-0 Yankees. Mel Stottlemyre pitching a 1-hitter. Roy White, 3-10. 3-10 is a ground ball to the first baseman, Epstein. Out number 2. And then it's Joe Pepitone. Pepitone is 0 for 2 with a sacrifice fly and a walk. And that's a 2-5, again off the batter's card, a 2-5. It's going to be a 1-6 split die double. And we just rolled a 9, so that's going to be a fly ball to right. Under it is Howard for out number 3. So Cox comes in, does a nice job. Stottlemyre pitching here in the top of the 9th. Stottlemyre to Paul Casanova, a pinch hitter. And then it's going to be the top of the order. Unser and Stroud, if we get to say 1-4. So it's Paul Casanova, 1-4 is a pop-up, but it's a ballpark single. Now a righty in the ballpark at Yankee Stadium. I love this, by the way. A righty is a 1-11. So, and that's a 5. So that's a single line drive base hit for Casanova. Casanova's on at first with the second hit of the game and his first hit. He's 1 for 3 now. And it's going to be a pinch hitter. And we have on the side here the ball players that pinch hit in this game. I wrote them down so I wouldn't have to look at the... So we're going to try to look for them first. Let's see if we can find Holman. Let me see. I'm looking for don't have them. So we're gonna. The next one is Bernie Allen, and we're gonna go to Bernie. Feel the burn, Bernie Allen, and Allen is gonna pinch hit. Okay. So the pitcher, Bernie Allen, is a lefty, and that's a 6. It's going to be off the pitcher, 6-8, and that's a strikeout. And that is strikeout number 4. Out number 1. And it's Del Unser. Del Unser's over 3. Pitch from Stottlemyre, 6-10, and that's a fly ball center field X. Yankees center fielder is Kenny, who's a 3, and that's a 20, so that should be an out. A 20, and you can see that here, a 20 under a 3 is a fly ball B, so that's an F8. So Stottlemyre is 1 out away from pitching a 2-hitter complete game. And next is going to be Stroud, Ed Stroud, a lefty, batting left fielder. And that's a 4-7. So it's a 4-7. That's a ground ball, second base. Clark up with it, over to Pepitone, and that's the ball game. So, final score, 9-0 shutout, 2-hitter for Stottlemyre. So Stottlemyre goes 2-1 now, and this is the 3rd start for the 1969 season. The loss goes to Pasquale, and I hope you guys enjoyed the 3 innings that I played and the dialogue, the chit chat, and that's it for now. So the final score, I'm not going to tally up anything because I can't pause. I'm doing live. I go live. It's how I do it. And the final score is 9-0 Yankees. And the Yankees have Clark hit a home run, Mercer hit a home run. So that's 2 big home runs there. Oh, and Roy White hit a 2-run homer as well. So, and a lot of them were Yankee Stadium ballpark home runs off the ballpark list. So that was exciting. Yankee Stadium is very unique for left-handed hitters. I mean, the Yankees in this lineup were stacked all the way throughout with lefty or switch hitters. Everybody batting from the left side. Pasquale had a crazy card. If you look at Pasquale's card from the left side against lefty batters, I mean, walk. And then you got some more walks here in 5 and 6. And he was hitting on those all the time. And then when he did face a righty, I think there's 1 or 2 righties in here. He hit the 7, the 8. So he has a lot of key roles as walks. So he obviously will look at his stats. Yeah, he had 40 walks in 55 innings pitched. So he almost averaged a walk an inning. So he was, what can I say? Anyway, end of the story. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care. Hasta luego, arrivederci.